And we back, baby. It's your man, Sir William L.
And Sartorial King.
And this is
Caviar Conversation.
Caviar for breakfast, champagne, y'all for breakfast, champagne, y'all for breakfast, champagne, y'all for breakfast, champagne, y'all for breakfast, champagne, bubble bath.
We here, we filming. We got some guests with us. Let me get an introduction. We have Culinary God at Culinary God. Her name is Chef Taisha Clark, and she is with us this evening. And we also have Miss Black Maven, who's coming back with us again as our reoccurring food blogger and writer. We glad that she's back with us. And happy to see you guys. What's up? She's from the block. We added some extra blood tonight, guys. Just to give you a little quick background. Chef Clark not only is a colleague of mine, but a sister. She's doing major things in the culinary world. Went to Le Cordon Bleu, if I'm not mistaken, in Las Vegas. Has done private events and knows how to make the ambiance look dope and make the food jump off the page. I ain't gonna hold you. She was cooking a lot during the pandemic, watching her gram. She had little tutorials on how you can do things. She's super official. And tonight, guys, she's just gonna come and kick it with us, with me and Sir William L. and Black Maven, and we just gonna have a good time. All right. So we like to keep it, early, keep it light early, Chef. So we were just talking about, the NBA and these players, being accosted by fans. And, we coming off the pandemic, the arenas were empty. Now you got people packing these houses. I think it was 15,000 at the Garden, and it only was 19. So so these fans have been wilding. What's good?
I mean, I was watching the games. I think people kind of tired of being inside, and now that they outside, they don't know how to act. So that's what I see more of anything. But what game was it when a security guard just tackled the dude who ran on the court?
Sixers Wizards.
Yes. I mean, I think that man needs to get a promotion. He need to work for one of them players because he looked like a straight up defensive end or something. Way he was.
My man looked like he was stopping the last touchdown for the Super Bowl.
It was like, nope.
Damn.
And that dude ran right into him too. He didn't even look. He just ran right into him. Black man, what you think about this situation?
Which part of it? The part about people having cabin fever and no longer being socialized, or the part about pandemic making people
no longer being socialized? Okay. That part first. What about that?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think that it's, well, I don't want to get super deep about it, but we don't know which one of those people had the vaccine and who didn't. So I guess we could always remember that we're in a time where we don't know what's on board at any given moment with people. And I'm just saying, if the zombies come for me.
Zombies was a great movie on Netflix, by the way.
Oh my goodness.
But don't they have like certain sections where it's for vaccinated people and people who are not vaccinated?
I don't
know.
So.
I'm not even sure.
No,
I know
it's actually that if you are, no, it's that if you're fully vaccinated, you have the luxury of wearing your mask off, but there's really not a lot of validation for it. Like no one's checking. So it's just.
See, my thing with the vaccination is how can you even determine who's vaccinated and who's not? Like, are you supposed to walk around with your card?
What I just said, Will.
You know what I mean? Like, let's keep it real. Like, how you going to know?
I mean, when I got vaccinated, the nurse definitely told me, she said, make sure you take a picture of that and keep it in your phone because they're going to start asking for proof. So I got my card, and I'm ready whenever they ask.
There's people selling those cards too, aren't they?
Oh yeah, I heard
selling
about
those
that.
cards. Yeah, like
they probably selling it on my block. That's crazy.
We always come up with something, don't we?
Yeah. Crazy.
So especially to women that love to, cook and like to explore different flavors. How do you think this vaccine is going to transition into the restaurant business? And as far as like from here on out?
Already done its damage.
Right.
It's done its damage. It's done its damage in the sense that let's let our guest answer first, actually. I think she has something.
I mean, honestly, I just feel like the pandemic just took over the restaurant industry, period, and I agree. I definitely think it definitely has done its damage, where some people just don't want to go out to eat. Like, I have a couple clients who book me for dinners for two, and they're like, man, this is just better than going out to eat. We don't have to worry about nobody. I think a lot of times people, as well as people have cabin fever, people are still fearful of being close to one another, so it's done its damage where less people will go out to eat. And then just the numbers. I think they're changing the amount of people who can come into the dining room now, right? Like it's all open.
It's so much back and forth. I know.
I know
go down,
Yeah. Well, here in Philly, they're I think they're opening everything back up like June 14th, I believe it was.
Mm-hmm.
Like shit's just open now. Like, I mean, things been open in certain cities, but I think in those cities that, were trying to follow the guidelines, they like, yo, we opening back up because the economy is getting hit. It was getting hit so hard, you know what I mean? People, I like to go out, but I like to be safe too. And I'm pretty sure that, business owners are like, yo, we need the business, especially those small boutique restaurants. Black Maven, can you speak on that about like the smaller restaurants?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them, even if they were made into restaurant groups eventually, some of these like institutions that exist in Philadelphia, which would have been like Fergie's Pub, that's a whole group of restaurants that people know to be in existence for a very long time in South Philly and Center City. So yeah, even if they incorporate it, they took really hard hits because for restaurants to try to compete at $2.83 an hour plus gratuity when it's that kind of labor and people are not coming out, there's no way for you to maintain employees. And then how do you get employees to come back? So it's been difficult. I was going to say that I think for the hospitality industry, it's been really detrimental in the sense that I think service quality has really degraded because I don't know that people are excited about serving anymore. You're wearing a mask, your smile, you can't even show someone your smile to get a good tip. Like, how do you do that? So I think that for me, it's always like the, kind of the social level of it that changes. And now it's engineered to be not something we look forward to doing.
I agree. I definitely agree with that. And then just to speak to the mom and pops places, a lot of times people don't understand how much it takes to open a restaurant. Like me being a chef, people say to me all the time, "We gonna open a restaurant. We gonna open a restaurant." And that's
right, no,
necessarily my goal. Like because I started in the service field. Like I started as a waitress, so I know what it's like to connect with someone and smile at them, get that tip. And to now, people, and I can't afford to do this. So what about just the people who making more money sitting at home collecting?
Exactly. It has to be something that they believe in. It has to be food that they believe in, something they love. Like, so I just recently went back to work guys, like last week. So I'll be like in a restaurant kind of garden situation like once a week. And I just missed interacting with people. But the thing that was crazy was when I walked up to the table, people are so used to using a QR code. I was like completely like, I didn't even know what to do because they just like, oh, we're about to order. I'm like, so how y'all doing tonight? Like, people are just not used to interacting anymore.
Right. And people don't understand, like they come to a restaurant, this slogan, well, they come to a restaurant because of the food, but they come back because of the service.
Exactly. Exactly.
Serve you, then it's like, my job is pretty much taken away.
Yeah. You're just a food runner at that point.
Exactly.
So
what would be go ahead. Well, you got it, bro.
So I was gonna say, so there's this thing going on here in Philadelphia, and Black Man, I'm pretty sure you've seen it with Steak 48.
Oh,
So we gonna really get into it right now.
We gotta get into that because that
I had an
crazy.
issue with this whole thing.
I got a whole issue with it too.
So I'm
It's
gonna ask you, Chef. I'm gonna start off with you, Chef. So there's this thing in 48 where they put a sign up, right? Mm-hmm. And the sign was very, very, it was literally black and white, but it was very direct, like, yo, it's $100 per person. And that's
I think it's 150.
It's 150? Okay.
I think it's 150
per person. And that's not including gratuity. So my thing was, I agree with them for putting that sign up because this was a place in Philadelphia that people were going and ordering like $50 appetizers that $50 total in 4 people. Appetizers, yeah, and taking pictures, and you know, people felt some type of way.
Steak 48 night.
Yeah, taking pictures for social media, and people felt some type of way at this restaurant put this sign up. But see, I don't have a problem with that because my whole thing is if you go into a 5-star restaurant, you want 5-star service, and if you in there, you want to be in the moment. And I don't want to be, you know what I mean, shucking and jiving when the bill come out. And if you can't afford it, your ass shouldn't be in there. Black Maven, Chef, somebody give me something.
Go ahead.
Are we talking to me?
No, we talking to everybody.
I just said I'm about to grind him all the way up.
Let's have it. Because I had a whole back and forth with my lady, like, yo, if I'm in State 48 and they not trying to pay their tab and some shit go crazy, I'm gonna feel some type of way, like, yo, I'm not paying for this because I'm in here for not only the food, for the ambiance.
Wait, so what is the scenario that you're imagining that this would affect you?
So apparently there was some issues at State 48. You know, people.
No. I know what the issue is, but how are you placing yourself in it? Are you in a group of people that didn't pay their portion, or are you just one other person?
So if I'm in there, right, and we're at the table, and say you're next to me, or Chef, you next to me, and y'all don't want to pay, y'all say when there's a big uproar, I'm gonna have a problem with that because I'm not only paying for the food. Hold on, hear me out. I see you doing that.
Please let me have this. Go ahead.
I have a problem with that because it's like, yo, I'm in here paying for the ambiance too. This is a 5-star restaurant. I'm paying $150 a plate, and you got people in here fighting and shit, and you looking at me like, yo, dog, I'm not here for that.
Yeah, but I think that's all about the company that you keep. Like you,
that has nothing to do with the policy,
right?
That's not what the policy was. The policy was not. They didn't create that policy in order to prevent melees or disorder. They created the policy in order to discriminate against people. You tell me, if you get a $50 steak, how many more things are you getting per person that makes you have to get the $150? Take your mom there or something for dinner. Take your auntie. Do you think that they're going to really eat $150 of food? The fact of the matter is that it wasn't also being applied to people that were not of color. That was the other discussion that was being had. So as far as I'm concerned, this was a classist move on their part, and they're not even serving anything worth what they're trying to make people have a minimum of. A minimum of.
That's where I was going to come from. That's where I was going to come from. That.
Go ahead, Chef. I think Chef wanted to go.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
I mean, I'm coming from, like I said, I don't know this place. So my first question would be, what do they offer? Is it a set menu where you have options that you want? Oh, okay. So they pretty much just get over.
It's a minimum of $150 for food and drink per person. So if 10 people go to eat,
$150.
Yes, on whatever. So you get a steak and a salad and a drink and tell me if that's $150. You still like.
So did they upcharge all of their entrees and appetizers? Because my thing is, does the $150, because I'm coming from the business standpoint.
I'm telling you, the steak is $50. It's $48. It's steak 48. The steak is $48. So you make yourself a meal a la carte, steakhouse style, but then add in a couple of people in your family that maybe don't eat the way you do because you're a chef, right?
Right.
That might pick and choose. Can you do that? Would you want to do that?
I'm thinking they're coming from a place of a set menu.
It's not a pre-feed menu.
They was coming from just discriminating against people. Then you're dead wrong. Because I do private dinners, and I might say to you, okay, you want steak, you want lobster, you want this
Exactly,
appetizer
and that's what the price point is.
And it'd be like, okay, that's $150 a person, but you're getting an appetizer, you're getting salad, you're getting bread, you're getting wine, you're getting. So that's what I'm thinking is coming from. But if they're just discriminating against people, then that's just completely unfair.
I'm coming from the level. I'm coming from the level. They not even on that level. First of all,
that's what I'm trying to say. Yo,
in terms of steakhouses, no,
they're not on the level to be.
They have this new generation of clubbers that have never been out dining wise. I'm sorry, I'm at the Merc right now. Literally, they have never been out anywhere, and they throw on an outfit or a Dior bag or whatever, and that's where they're going, which is the Steak 48s, and that's a chain. Just to be real, they got it in Houston too. So there's another thing is just like, come on, that's not even an official real steakhouse.
Exactly.
But whose fault is that if you want to throw your Chanel bag on?
No. I'm saying that. No. I'm saying that in the new culture of
Instagram.
Yeah,
exactly.
Instagram. Just say that. Exactly. Instagram. The new culture is to show whatever you got on. So now steakhouses have become a culture of where guys who are not really into dining for real, they're gonna take them there because they know they're gonna get a mac and cheese, they're gonna get a quick mash, they're gonna get green beans, and they're gonna get a steak. I'm gonna keep it real. It's straight to the point. There's no different parts of that menu that you gotta ascend to. Just being real.
But here's my thing. I can't say, Chef, it's discrimination because it didn't say Black people. It didn't say white people. It didn't say Spanish people. It just said it's $100 to $150, whatever, per person. So in my mind, I'm thinking, if you can't afford that, then you shouldn't be in there.
This is the way I feel. When people, I believe Steak 48 probably was trying to get ahead of everybody who was coming in for Instagram flicks. So that's why they created this whole $150. Because I remember being a server and I worked at Ruby Tuesdays and the salad bar was $3.99 and we used to have guests come in and just get the salad bar and a water. And you're at that time, what's your bill? $7-8, and then you leave a $10 bill. So you feel like, yo, what am I working for? But you just also said that they didn't include gratuity. So on top of that, you gotta tip as well, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
That just was the minimum that but Will, just to your point, I just want to elaborate. I wasn't saying that the policy itself on paper is discriminatory, but isn't that the way that discrimination works? Like, of course, it's not going to say check this box when you make your reservation if you're Black and this is your minimum. No, what I'm saying is when you have these sort of policies that you can enforce at will, people's experience and feedback has stated that some people was not being enforced. And it probably is up to the server. It probably just the same way if I have a table of 5, I could put a gratuity on it, or I could just trust that these people are gonna look out. I have that option. But if I enforce it, it is my option. So I mean, that's all I'm saying. Like, you can't maintain a policy like that, one, because people don't eat that much all the time. So if it's per person, I have an issue with it. And you're right. That is not a topic. Like, that steakhouse is not something that I'm really like hyped to do. Why? What's special about it? Tell me.
All right. So I'll give you. So Clark, like, I'm gonna give you a comparison, right? So let's say, like, what would be a top tier steakhouse in New York to you? I mean, right now.
Ooh,
New York City. I used to think STK, but then it's like those things have become so chain and so
Yeah, we've talked about STK on here before too.
I don't New York City. I would think more out west. I would say what is that? The Fisherman's Club. What is it called? It's one I know more out west restaurants.
Okay.
What's one called? I know. I mean, classically, the Golden Steer in Las Vegas. I like that one. I like STK. I like Roof Chris, but those things become a little more commercial to me.
But it's a tricky thing because you might you know it to be solid and consistent, but as a chef, sometimes you're gonna be like, damn, like I really don't want to be like in a chain restaurant. Right. But you know it's solid. Like you know it's gonna give you something consistent. Yeah, for sure.
Right.
Like you got Smith and Walensky, you got what's it, Old Homestead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's like super traditional though. Like
that's super traditional. Yeah, exactly. Super like Peter Luger's, like those are like super traditional. Very traditional. Now that's why I'm saying they're making the steakhouses more trendy.
Yeah.
Of this, I'm like it's a whole new thing.
I like it. And I mean, to Will, if Will recalls when we were talking about where you take someone on a first date, he has to recall what his comparison was. Where was it?
I don't recall.
Yes, you know your comparison, Will, was, well, if you take them to such and such, you can't go to Boston Market on a second date. What was it?
Because I said all right, Clark. So I said, can a man take a woman on the first date to a chain restaurant? Now, some people say it depends on what you say chain, because STK is a chain.
Right.
Steak 48 is a chain, but I'm thinking more so like Outback,
Applebee's.
Could you start the first date? Let's just say the man that works hard, he about his grind, he just doesn't know. He just don't know. Can give him grace?
No, I mean, I would definitely give you grace. I think it depends on the woman. Like, I think a lot of times with men, when you choose women, you have to know if you can afford her. You know what I mean? Sometimes there's a time and a place for everything. I'm not necessarily an Applebee's person on the first date. Don't take me there. I don't want to go to Outback either. But like, if it's a Wednesday and it's like, oh, babe, I'm
random, yes.
All right, let's go get it. But on the first date, I would think, knowing the woman that you have, that's when you go all out. But then a lot of times men just don't know.
Okay, Chef, I got a question for you. I got a good question for you.
He's empowered.
If you go out and say you go out and someone orders Hennessy, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
I drink Hennessy, so I love Hennessy. I like Hennessy.
Okay, so you there for the turn up then?
Not necessarily. I mean, I'm sipping Douce right now, and I got my little glass on it. It's on the rocks, and it's chill.
Let me see. Your nails look beautiful. Let me see. Did they match your earrings? I love them.
Yeah, no, the Knicks is in the playoffs, and me and my man.
Oh, okay.
The Knicks colors for him. No, I mean, Hennessy don't mean necessarily a turn up.
So we've had that conversation on here, right?
Will is petty for this.
Go out on a first date, right? And it's a first date, Sha. You out there and you having a good time, and your date orders a shot, double shot of Henny.
On the rocks, or just 2 shots, bang.
2 shots. Ain't no ice.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. That's like a turn up. That is definitely like a turn up. Like, what you on? Like, what you trying to
get into tonight?
Yeah, no, I agree. Because the 2 shots wouldn't show like a Henny on the rocks or something like that, or Remy on the rocks.
I can tell, Chef, you get your Henny classy. You talking about somebody that's like, yo, let me get 2. You're coming.
Yeah.
She get hers in a snifter.
Yeah, I like Hennessy. I'm definitely am a brown girl. I like brown liquor.
All right. Well, question for both of you guys. What's the best Hennessy fusion you've ever seen? And I'm saying in terms for food, the best Hennessy combination that you've ever seen.
I got you.
Go ahead.
I'm ready. So actually, I'm very blessed that my god sister makes these amazing cupcakes, and she does this chocolate cupcake with like chocolate cherry ganache center, and it has Hennessy in the middle. They are, I don't even really have a sweet tooth. I got them for my birthday, but it was for like the guests, and I just like had half of one and was like, "Yo, she doing this though? Where has this been all my life?" They were amazing. So, shout out to Bahia. Your cupcakes are fantastic.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope.
Okay, well, I'm gonna give a shout out to myself on this one. I like to say I do a deep fried ice cream sandwich that comes with a Hennessy caramel reduction. And
nice.
Sounds good.
Oh yeah, I like that one.
I like that. That sounds good.
With deep fried bread pudding with a Hennessy caramel reduction as well too. I like that.
I like that too. I like it with the I like the banana pudding one the most.
They all sound good. I want two.
Yeah, speaking of bananas, sir, it looks like you had some bananas and finally went to get some pancakes after you skipped out on me on pancakes for like 3 weeks.
Yeah,
and
I told her. I said, well, when he came up, we went to the garden, and those pancakes.
Why you say Rob?
Because I'm the one who took them there, but those pancakes were good though, because they had the crispy edges, as I like
the crispy edges.
Okay, so you don't like the diner pancakes.
No, I like a diner pancake if you have a crispy edge.
If it has crispy edges.
It has to have crispy edges. See, before they were looking at me crazy, like, what are you talking about? Nobody cares about how they pancakes. I said, yo, people really do care about how they pancake look. Will, stop. You do on the low.
Will said if it's not burnt, don't fix it, basically.
Hey, chef, if that pancake don't look like a black t-shirt, I'm fine with
That's
it.
That's it.
Burnt pancakes? I can't agree with you on that one. Not no burnt.
No, I don't like them burnt. As long as it don't look like a t-shirt like this, I'm good.
You're good.
Like, I'm dead. It's ridiculous.
Let me ask y'all something.
Yeah.
When you put the syrup on your pancake, how do you do? You just pour it right on top?
Oh, great question.
Oh no.
Oh no. I cut mine.
I cut mine up.
I cuts mine.
Like I'm 5. Boom, cut it.
Okay.
Wait, are you cutting them in squares or triangles?
Squares.
I'm cutting triangles, Rob. Stop it.
Squares. Who cuts in triangles?
I'm like,
oh man, nah. Squares. Old school. Squares.
Like a cake.
Squares. I want to keep
like a cake.
Y'all tripping.
Yo, squares make it last longer.
Let me tell y'all, a real good friend of mine, Noy, that's his name. He lives in, his name is Aluja. That's his first name. He showed me back in the day. He was like, you put in the syrup on your pancake wrong. He cuts a circle in the middle of his pancake, right? And then he takes all of the syrup and pours it in the circle. And then all of the syrup disperses inside of the pancake.
What?
Oh, and then how does he cut it from there?
And then he just cuts it regular, just breaks off a little.
Is that, hold on, is he wasting
like,
in the whole middle of a pancake?
No, he eats that part too. But he said that you don't put too much syrup on it. He said you put too much syrup on your pancakes. And I'm like, how you do your pancakes? And then he cut the little circle in the middle and he took all the syrup and put it right in the middle and then just dispersed evenly throughout.
Okay.
Man, I'm drowning my jaw. Hey, chef,
wait,
I'm drowning my pancake.
For real?
Rob, no cat. How many syrups did I order? I say, yo, keep them coming.
Hold up. Hold on. We gotta stop right there. The woman was denying him.
Chef,
he said, yo, can I get a?
She was she staked 48 me for my pancake.
That'll be $150, sir.
Listen,
I was like,
it was to the point the table had to get hostile with it. Like,
hey, it was about to get crazy with that.
How you gonna judge this journey?
Or was it a tall one?
It was a short
bag. Packages? Like
you talking about the syrup?
Like the Burger King version.
McDonald's
yeah.
But how many did you eat?
I got 3 pancakes.
So you need 8 packets of syrup?
I needed 4.
Okay, that's reasonable.
She stopped me at 2.
Gave my attitude.
The pandemic, you don't understand. People the syrup packet.
Chef, hey chef.
Trying to recover. Limited 2 syrup packets for 3 pancakes.
Hey, Chef, the way that spot was rolling, it's a pandemic for them. That joint was packed. It's a pandemic. They could afford 2 more pancakes. Yo, I said, can I get 2 more syrups? And then she judged me. She gave me this look like, you need 2 more?
Damn.
It was crazy.
It's the BBs, huh?
It was crazy.
I'm glad I stuck with the omelet because she would have probably like, man.
Yeah, that was messed up. Hey, Chef, let me ask you a question, right? Gordon Ramsay, would you go on that show or would you not, and why?
Which show?
His what's that
Hell's
show?
Kitchen?
Hell's Kitchen. Yeah, Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, I would go for the exposure, but a lot of people, I wouldn't say they necessarily go wrong. That show is for line cooks. As much as people, so if you are an executive chef and you've been executive chef for years, you are a person who deals with paperwork. So if you're going to go on Hell's Kitchen and you're deciding that you want to win, you have to literally train as a line cook again for like a couple years just to be where he is. Because if you look at all those people, they're like, oh, executive chef there and here, and I do this, I do that. And I'm just like, but you're going to lose unless you have the experience of a line cook, because he literally puts you in the restaurant and puts you on a station, which they'll all become line cooks.
So I think
MasterChef, you can get off on MasterChef though.
You can.
MasterChef, you can get that off because if you don't, because that's more so like just straight ingredients based, like how can it come out versus I'm here trying to make the dish make it
right. And to be fair, if you want the exposure and if you want to own a restaurant, then Hell's Kitchen is the perfect show for you to go on. Me, I don't want to work in a restaurant. I like to have a life. I like to go away on weekends. I like to, have those. My favorite job is teaching culinary. It's the most rewarding job ever. But, a lot of times people get into the restaurant field and they don't really understand what they're getting into. As an executive chef, that's easily a 96-hour week. A lot of people can't even fathom working that amount of hours. So Master Chef is cool though. I think that's
cool. I like that. There's this chef, I think she lives in Livingston. I met her before. Her name was Nandini Anant. She was on the show. They put her off like I think like the 8th episode. She was hanging though, but a lot of her dishes, of course, were Indian inspired, and of course, no meat. So when you had Joe Bastianich coming on saying, "I want you to incorporate some beef," like, I don't know if I'm gonna make that. Yeah, and
right.
And that's where it started killing her in the competition, was more so the wide scope of what she can make. But she was getting that bread anyway. Whole Foods hosted her at West Orange and Montclair, and was teaching kids in Livingston how to cook.
Right, and that made it perfect for her. But
because she can charge whatever she wants.
Right, but for her to get up there and not think that she was going to cook beef, that's a little unreal.
Oh yeah, I was like, when they start getting into that stuff, I was like, it's over. And then you can't even taste it.
Yeah. To me, that's just a little crazy. If you decide to compete, you got to be able to create all cuisines. So, a lot of times when people go into those shows to compete, it's training that they have to go through. It's not just like, oh, all right, I got on, I'm in. Nah, that's not how it works at all. So,
what are the favorite clients that you've ever cooked for? Like that you enjoyed, working with them?
I worked with LaRon McClain. He was on the Baltimore Ravens. Mm-hmm. He was definitely one of my favorite people that I worked with as far as private chef.
Okay.
Because he was just human, you know what I mean? And it wasn't too much perfect gentleman. Like if I went to the grocery store, it would be like, hey chef, let me know when you outside. And I would come, I was like, hey, I'm outside. They come and grab the bags. Like it wasn't like I'm above you. They were just totally just awesome people. So
Hey, Chef, without naming any names, who's the worst person you ever worked with? No names, no names. We want to keep the business coming now.
Worst person. She wasn't famous. But yeah, she definitely prepared me for a difficult client. I can't think of it. I won't name the names, but definitely based in Jersey. Older.
She's definitely based in Jersey.
But she was definitely, yeah.
She knows who she is.
When you're a private chef, you have to deal with people every day, all day. So they could come home from work and be happy, and they could come home from work and just be, a complete asshole. You know what I mean? So you got to be able to deal with that. So always choosing your clients. But I mean, I thank her for that because I actually know how to deal with someone who's difficult and know how to get ahead of that as well. So much as she was difficult to work with, I believe you learn more from the bad experiences than the good.
Like maybe who's somebody that's coming to one of the restaurants you've been at that you like can't stand. You like, you know what? As soon as you hit that door, I was just hoping that I could put somebody else at your table.
There's only one that stands out in like 20 years, and it just was like, and it wasn't even the worst thing ever because it worked out for me, but it was just this older Caucasian dude. Like it was like him and his son and daughter-in-law and wife, and they were from Chicago. And I was telling them the menu additions, and the older gentleman kept saying, do you have collard greens? And I didn't get it like the first 2-3 times.
Oh, wow.
Because I was working at a French bistro in Rittenhouse Square. I was at Rouge still. So it wasn't the type of menu, but I mean, it wasn't ridiculous to ask the first time. I didn't even catch it. And then he said it again, and he kept chuckling, and nobody was laughing. And then by like the third time, he was like, well, do you have any fried chicken? And I just was like, so I think we have fried chicken. And then I was like, hold up, bro.
He tried to go racial with
Yo, he wouldn't have had a neck, bro. For real. I would have kicked it right off.
No, but you know what happened? My manager at the time, who is still one of my favorite general managers in the world, Jan Bass, if you ever see this, she was one of the best general managers to ever run Rouge, which was a Neil Stein restaurant that still is in existence.
Yes, Rouge is a vibe, everybody. Just if y'all don't know, vibe. They got the tables outside. Somebody might pull up in their Lambo and just with their dog. It's a vibe out there.
So I was at Rouge several times over several years, and for him to be like, so my manager was her name was Jan Bass, and I told her, and I was just like, yo, I think, boy, she was like, what? She laid him out, like laid him to rest, like, don't ever come back here again. She grabbed him up.
Was she white, black Maven?
Excuse me?
Was she white, your manager?
She's actually Jewish. She's so however people classify that, yes. And she, she's not a person of what we would consider color.
She's from the Caucasus Mountains.
Okay. She's Semitic, I guess, but anyway, she's Jewish. So anyway, she ground him up, but then the son and daughter-in-law, like, they caught me by the bathroom. I was like at the POS putting something in. I wasn't worried about it, and he gave me like a $100 bill. It just was like, it didn't have nothing to do with his check, but he just gave it to me and just was like, I'm so sorry. My dad is like an old man, like, I'm sorry. And I'll continue to serve them. And they left me, probably like a 30% tip on like 300. So it soothed my pain. Reparations.
It soothed my pain. Hold on. So of course, because you guys are at the upper echelon of service and professionalism. But have you seen anybody in the privacy of the kitchen do something disgusting?
Oh,
you know what? If someone knew, because come on, like, listen, this is another reason why I make sure that it's imperative that I treat anybody that's handling my food with love and courtesy, straight up. Anybody that knows my father, I tend to not go out eat with him because he's a king. He's a king of sending something back. He's a king of asking, where's the manager? All those things. I'm like, you know what? Once the food does come, like, I'm good. I'll eat later. So what is it? What have you guys seen in your professional, careers around food? Like, I mean, of course, you don't got to say the place, but just like something you just like, yo, that's not sanitary working with food.
I mean, I've never seen, and this is fortunately, I've never seen any chefs or any cooks do anything to someone's food. What I have seen is like servers, when they clear your table with the food, the servers will go to empty the plates and they'll eat the leftover food on someone else's plate. I think that's just disgusting. Like, I think that's just terrible. So that's all I've seen. I've never seen anybody spit in someone's food or things like that, which is fortunate because I definitely will report them.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
But to me, someone else's plate, a stranger, I think that's just gross.
Nasty. That's nasty.
There's a show, and I'm gonna come back to you, Black Baby. There's a show. It might have gotten canceled, but it was called Sweet Bitter. It was on Stars, and about this young girl from like Midwest New York. Yeah. A high-end restaurant.
I think it's still on.
Is it still on?
I think it is.
I got into it because the restaurant she working is tight, and the guy who owns it or running it is just like super like. But there's this scene because she just moved into New York, and she is tight. She only got money. She had to sell her car, and they're serving all this good food, and people are wasting it in access. She starts nibbling, and he says, "Please don't do that."
Yeah, that's disgusting.
He said, "Please don't do that in my establishment." Straight up.
Yeah, I mean,
she was a waitress. Was she a waitress or served?
Was she just starving though?
She was hungry because she was working long shifts and she was watching all this good food be put out in front of her. And of course, this is a high-end restaurant. People like taking a nibble and then like leaving it.
Yeah, I mean,
before she about to dish it into the trash can, she's like,
that's what I used to see all the time, and that definitely gives you a different perspective. I mean, I don't know what I would do if I was hungry. To me, if you work in a kitchen, you should never be hungry. I just think it's a shame. Like, I never went hungry in a kitchen. But I mean,
I think that this is the thing that a lot of, you were front of house first. So I think sometimes people don't understand that when you're front of house, you really never get the time to I came from, people might not know this, but I was married to a chef. And I was front of house, he was back of house, and we had a lot of disputes sometimes, but after living with me and understanding, like, excuse me, because I was managing too, sometimes I did have to jump behind the line or plunge toilets or whatever. It was no reason that there was any discussion about what I would or wouldn't do. But the fact of the matter is, I think people just don't have the right amount of communication about which part of this role is more important to get to the part that both of them matter. So I think that always there's a rivalry for lay people that like back of house thinks that front of house has it so easy. All they have to do is just run food. It's not so hot out there. There's air conditioning. They can move around. It's not the same amount of pressure. You make more money is what they think. But like I said, I was married to a chef. And so it kind of depends. And then the other thing about it is the amount of pressure that one portion of their staff feels having to always smile at people and deal with angry people to try to make those other people happy is a whole different type of pressure. And, for $2.83 an hour and the rest is just on a whim, depending on how these people feel that day, everybody's kind of working out the averages. However, when you're behind the line, sure, you have food all the time. Everybody knows that when the back of the house is frustrated with the servers or with life or whatever, they don't feel like cooking for the servers. And so the servers do go hungry a lot because they don't want to piss off the chef, which back in the day when I was a young bull, the chef would throw things at you. Like, I mean, there's a lot of young servers now that don't know about that. But back when I was serving, like back, you worked with a really good chef, just expect him to throw some shit sometimes.
No, so there's no chef that's like, yo, try this yoki right here that I made real nice, and she's mystified by his food. No.
I mean, there's probably a story that's like that, but it's more like
I
when
ain't
you
saying
work
all
in a
the
restaurant.
chefs. I'm just saying there's some chefs that's they rap game. They can't talk, so it may be their food that's.
No, they just don't have time to crack on nobody else except who's right in front of them because they always at work.
They're always at work, and if you
they can't leave,
all right.
so whoever's there.
Well, then that proves what I'm saying correctly. Then
not really.
The food is there. Go ahead.
A lot of that happens after work because when the restaurant closes, a lot of times people are like, hey, let's go to a bar or let's go here. And then that's where the
pen and pencil.
That's
the P&P.
But a lot of times, and I get what you're saying because, you know, we had, and you know, I'm sure you know what this is. We had family meal. So we would make.
Yeah, at the beginning of your shift for sure.
But and when you work in a restaurant.
At the end of your shift, you hungry.
You are very hungry. But you don't really have time to sit down and enjoy your meal.
No, just like jamming in your mouth.
You just going,
and you scratch
animal. Don't.
And I was literally, I remember I had to check myself because I was conditioned to eating like that all the time.
I still eat standing up.
Yeah, he used to be like, slow down. Like, and I used to be like, I don't even realize that I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Much. So
it's so hard to just sit down and eat food and you just stand up. And my dad always says to me, why are you standing up eating? I'm like, I don't know.
You don't even know.
I don't know.
I tell my students that all the time because a lot of them are like, oh, I want to be a chef. I want to own a restaurant, this and that. And I'm like, you know, that's great that that's what you want to do. But when you go to culinary school, make sure that you can, because now certain culinary schools, you can get a degree in teaching culinary as well. So you can get your culinary arts degree and then you can get that degree in teaching. I'm like, because working in a restaurant, it's exciting when you're 18, 19, but when you start reaching 25 and you working 16 hours, that's going to get old. So, you know, you can fall back on teaching. Your
spouse going to leave you. Your spouse definitely going to leave you.
Yeah,
you ain't never going to be home.
Definitely right about the eating part and you right about the spouse part because it is a lot of time that you're spending in the restaurant. I tell my boyfriend now, I'm like, if I was still working in a restaurant, you wouldn't want to be with me because you would never see me. I would be working 16 hours, 6 days a week. And my days that I'm off, I'm sleep, you know? So I definitely feel you on that one.
Yeah. I mean, that was interesting being front of house and back of house in the same home. Because for the most part, when do you see each other? I mean, for the most part, most of our meals, we either ate at home or ate at his job because I would wait for him to get off, sit at the bar, order some food. He send me something out, whatever. You know, his work's never really done. And then I'm going to be up at 7:30 to go open for brunch. So,
yeah. I was about to ask, how was that?
So,
Will.
Go ahead.
There's Will.
No, Clark said, you said something, Clark. Go ahead.
I said, how did you meet in a restaurant?
We didn't work together. He worked with a very good friend of mine that I previously worked with, but we remained friends for years. And she always would say, you got to meet the chef at my job. You got to meet the chef at my job. And eventually she introduced me to him and the rest was history.
Oh, okay. All right.
It is history.
It is history.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep, I wanted to ask you, how did you become a private chef? Like, how did you get into that aspect of it, like cooking for like NFL players and stuff?
Well, I worked for pretty much like an agency, and you had to audition for the agency, and they would put you with different.
Okay.
So I auditioned for Carmelo Anthony and Lala, and that was an experience too.
A good one?
Huh?
A good one?
Yeah, no, it was definitely a good experience. They were really cool, down to earth, nice people. I really wanted that job. I mean, I wanted that job so bad.
This is when they moved to New York?
This is when they lived in New York.
Oh, this is when he was living in New York. Okay.
I wound up not getting a job, but the chef who got the job over me, he was an executive chef of a restaurant in Harlem called 9A. So once he got the job, I asked him, I said, hey, since I didn't get the job, is there any way that I could work in your kitchen at 9A? Because when you audition, you always audition for you. You don't, you're competing to get someone else, but your auditions always make you better for the next one. So once I didn't get the job with Mello and them, I asked to work in his kitchen. And when I worked in his kitchen, I learned all his recipes. Because I said, okay, if he's going to beat me, next time I'm going to be even more prepared. So after that, that was the only audition that I didn't get. And from that moment on, every audition that I went for, I got.
That's a caviar moment. That's a caviar moment.
Definitely a caviar moment.
Caviar moment, brother.
Was there ever a time where you were nervous to like work with a client? Like, oh man, like I got Jay-Z and Beyonce on Saturday. Like, man.
Well, no, I mean, to be honest with you, I'm always nervous. I'm nervous at every event. It don't matter who they are because I always want to create a lasting impression. I feel like all my clients are Jay-Z and Beyonce because, they spending money that they have to work for. And, Jay-Z and Beyonce work for their money as well, too. So I always want to leave a lasting impression. I want them to come back because, business could be good 1 minute, but if you get too big for your britches, then that business could be going. So I like to treat all my clients like that. I'm always nervous. I'm never scared, but I'm always nervous. And then as soon as I get behind the stove, it's just game time.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Talk about annihilation.
Wait, I have a question, right?
Oh, go ahead.
Rob,
what?
Rob, so remember how the other day I told you I wanted to tell you about something, speaking about the chain restaurant situation, and I wanted to make sure I told you, and you said to tell you on this.
Okay, all right.
And it was that someone was like, I really want to do something nice for you. Because I did them a couple favors and he was like, let me just take you to get something to eat. And I was like, I'm not really hungry, whatever. He was like, no, I'm gonna take you somewhere. So when I spoke with you, you were able to see what the background of the place was, and then you guessed it.
I was.
Me and Shep are like, all right, what is it?
Okay, all right. So we FaceTime and we talk about this week, we talk about other stuff. So I just me being nosy, I was like, you at Cheesecake Factory?
He is such a what kind of amateur sleuth is he? I was like, really? What? Come on, man.
You like, why you being nosy?
First of all, I don't forget anything. And I'm just saying, I've been to Cheesecake Factory, but I know those lights. You know those lights. You know how they spread out. You know how they dim. They try to make it an official spot. But
Will, don't laugh. It's not.
I saw like the paint job in the back. I was like,
how do you know a restaurant about how dim the lights are?
Because it's him.
It's a certain look, man. It's a certain look, man.
Special skill.
Come on, like I know somebody went to Capitol Grill by the lighting.
He's a real strange person. And so he tells me that, and I'm like, shut up, Rob. I'm not even supposed to be talking to you right now.
Because the guy was on the way back from the bathroom, and she wanted me to say, like, oh, you at Cheesecake Factory?
What did you get? He went like this. I'm gonna show y'all what he did, just for everybody that don't. All you subscribers that want to know how Rob feel about the Cheesecake Factory, I'm gonna show you what he did. Right? He went like this.
Hey, again, like you guys said, if we went to a movie and we wanted to go get a quick bite to eat afterwards
on a Wednesday night,
there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm just saying, just not on the first date.
No, it wasn't a date, Rob.
It wasn't a date though, right?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. My bad.
I think the person intended it to be something special, more special than what it was.
Then it was a date.
That's a date then.
But
it wasn't a date.
Not for you. Not for you, but for him, it was a date.
But that goes back to what Chef said earlier. Like maybe some guys just don't know. Like
maybe he did.
You know what I mean? Maybe he just wanted to do
Cheesecake Factory is an event. Some people think
the reason that he doesn't know is because it wasn't a date. It wouldn't have been a date with a person that didn't know. That's all I'm saying. Like that person would have known.
What did you
I'm not.
Would you get to eat from the Cheesecake Factory? I
got a salad, a Caesar salad.
Yeah, it wasn't a date at all. She was like, let me get that salad. I ain't hungry. I really don't feel like going.
No, it was more like, no, I actually did get I eventually got a combo because he ordered more stuff. So I got like some shrimp and steak and mashed potatoes. But it was the Cheesecake Factory. So my steak was good. It was tender enough. And my shrimp were breaded, but like I just took that off.
See, right there, that's all. See, that's the thing right there, clear across the board, is that because you guys have had great seasoned,
the bar is high, man.
Yeah, the bar is super high. So for you, Clark, and you, Maven, listen, you guys know food. You know how it's supposed to taste. You know how, like, I'm gonna be honest. Clark and I have had some, I'm not gonna say the place on the thing, but we and her have talked about, and she gave me the real about how she felt about the place and not caught up into the hype of the place. So he was like, "Oh, this is it," and she's like, "I'm not impressed."
Exactly, and that's how I feel. I told y'all. Wait, did y'all tell her? Chef, did they tell you the first time, like when they talked about this chain restaurant versus whatever, how much are you supposed to spend on a first date? The first thing I said was, I'll go to a food truck with a joker on a first date if he knows his food. I said to me, because we never discussed what he said. Will said Ocean Prime, like what? So what you supposed to go to Ocean Prime? And I said, I would think that was corny because I would think you didn't know enough about food to not have somebody else dictate it to you. So
if somebody goes to a food truck, I'm telling you right now, he know about food.
He know exactly. So if
he thought about that to take you to a food truck, he already in the food game. Period.
To me, a great date, and just like you said, food trucks is a food crawl. Like if
every course at a different restaurant, right?
And he was like, "Yo, we gonna try this here, we gonna try that there." I think at the end of the day, women just want a man to plan a date. Don't ask me where I want to go.
What you got going on?
What I say? I told you
what you want to do.
What you got going on?
That's just lazy to me.
I think sometimes for the average guy, like if you pick like on a first date, you pick like an Ocean Prime. He gonna be like, "Yo, I'm out to kill it." Like, you know, what I mean?
You're right.
Dude, because not most dudes, there's not many dudes that I know. I'll say that know like, "Yo, she gonna love this food truck," opposed to she gonna love Ocean Prime or we gonna get steak.
No, I get what you're saying.
Or again, popular media, as we said before, now people they're not. We know that food trucks are cool. We know that. And we know people that know that. But then, like he said, the people that have not investigated that type of creativity for a date, they're going to go off of what they see on social media.
But Chef said it correctly. She said that if you know the woman that you're taking out, then you know what you need to be doing.
All right, bag that. Hold on. Bag that for the guy that's really about somebody to be in love with.
No.
We talking about the dude that's just going out with a girl. Literally, he's looking at what's the steakhouse of the moment, or
I can see that.
And he's going to take his girl, and he want her to be.
And he has YSL on his shirt too, doesn't he?
But that doesn't mean
stop. That's why because she gonna say about the horse. No, don't feed.
I said YSL. I didn't even hit you with the horse. I said YSL.
I think most men won't put the effort. They'll put that effort in going for the big time steakhouse at first. Me, I'm a little complex because I love for a man or my man to say, "Baby, put your best on. We going out to eat." But then I love for him to say, "Let's go to a food truck," and so I'm all of that. I like a.
But they were talking about first date.
First date. I can understand that.
Yeah. Right.
That's a man who's
and it needs to be balanced. There needs to be balance.
Man who's creative and knows food, he would probably do the food truck. But most men
don't know food.
To impress you, yeah,
right.
It also depends on where you live. I'm gonna tell you that another time.
Nah, I can't say that.
Yes. I'm gonna tell you why. Definitely, and it reigns true. say big metropolitan cities like Philadelphia, Chicago, New York, you know, those places like here where, first of all, we already know what the weather we're going to get, but also what is the top media outlet. Let's say you go to Cali. I can see right here, if someone lived in California, going to food trucks would be more prevalent than going to a steakhouse. Just being real, because people are outside more. One, the weather is
nice outside. Okay, let me ask you this question. You ask me on a date and you find out I'm a chef. Where you taking me?
I'm definitely got to do my homework because I got to make sure. Yeah.
I think it would
come too much.
No, why? Because I don't want to take it somewhere where the food she's not even going to.
You're doing too much.
So all right, so tell me what should I do?
But you got to understand what you know restaurants based off the lighting. So you a restaurant dude. Let's say for instance, a man who does not know restaurants, he gonna
be like, so he gonna probably either luck up or you know be out of luck. He's either pick an ass restaurant or he's gonna pick a good one just off the, you know, I didn't know this was gonna be that good.
Right.
I think some dude, like, you pick it off of what you hear is somewhat popular too. Like Ocean Prime is somewhat popular here in Philadelphia. If you're a regular boy and you don't know, like, oh yeah, that light is at 35%. Damn, Fridays, like Rob would do. Like, you know what I mean?
Okay, so my question is, when it comes to a man, do you gauge where you met the woman at according to where you take her out to eat? So if you met me at Carly's in Hillside or Marlowe's in Irvington, does that say, okay, she can go to the Cheesecake Factory because I met her at Carly's. I met her at the Hood spot.
Y'all dissing.
That's what they gonna say.
I'm saying. So you know what I mean? Is it like, nah, I'm taking her to the Cheesecake Factory?
You know what?
I think it's some of that determines how you look when I meet you too.
Okay.
If you coming out the bar and you got these fishnets on, oh yeah, we definitely getting her 2 shots of Henny on no rocks. No rocks.
What if she had a pair of fishnets on with I don't know, a suit, like a woman's LeBron short set suit with a pair of red bottoms? And she just went to the hood bar because she's still from the hood, but she a classy chick.
I don't know. Maybe it's just me personally. I can't. It's something about fishnets. I just can't rock it.
Yeah. Why did you specifically choose
fishnets?
Like, what happened?
I had a bad experience with a girl at fishnets on at Fridays. Met her at Fridays.
You met her at Friday.
Yo, I mean, listen,
go ahead.
It was happy hour. Like I ain't judging.
Hold on.
At Friday, so eventually.
C-Line Avenue.
Yes, sir. C-Line Avenue.
Club
Yes, sir.
Fridays.
Yes, sir.
Y'all know that Jadakiss rapped at Fridays. It's like, you know that Jadakiss performed at Fridays on City Line Avenue.
Straight. What are you saying, Chef?
They had they had more than a DJ. I was just.
It was a DJ.
Oh, they had armed security.
That's the one that A.k.a. used to hang out at.
Exactly.
Fridays. Okay.
Yes, until we went over the Houlihan.
Fridays. Yeah. It does have some validity to about where you meet them, where you take them.
It does. We'll get back to that, but go ahead.
And eventually we linked up, and she wanted to go to the Clock Bar. So I'm like, all right, like,
okay.
All right.
She wanted crab legs?
Right next to Max's.
Right next to
She wanted crab legs and slushies.
Yo, no cap. She ordered that.
I know.
Did you smash?
Oh!
That's why
I did not take it down.
What you say? What you say?
I said,
Lucky
that's why you don't like the fishnets. You like, damn, she did all that teasing. I bought the crab legs. I bought that slushy, and I didn't even get that.
Knocked the slushy on the floor. A drunk ass. Knocked the slushy on the floor.
I remember this.
Everybody looking at me like he was full.
I remember this because that's the one that had to get home on her own, right?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh well.
Wow. Oh no, you gotta go back to like.
You have more than one of these.
1.
Bob, zip your lips.
You gotta go back to episode 1.
Yeah, it was yeah, it was a bad situation.
Yeah.
But moving
So
forward.
wait, did her beverage have gummy worms in it?
It was gummy worms everywhere.
Yo, whatever they put in the joint, she had it. And she had the big one. Like it was super hood, chef. It was super hood. It wasn't one of my glory moments.
Did you okay, so I have a question. Did you ask her out on a formal date, or was she just like, yo, you trying to get together later? Like, how casual was it? Was it like, madam, may I take you out for the evening? Or was it
No. So we was trying to connect for a while. And I was already out and I was like, yo, you still trying to link up? And she's like, yeah. I was like, well, where you trying to go? I'm thinking of somewhere like kind of chill, like Northern Liberties area. I'm thinking of something like some relaxed, you know what I mean, but not super hood. And she said Clock Bar. All right, like
she wanted crab legs.
Opposed to it, like you said, Chef, like sometimes you like the hood spot, like you know what I mean. It just was a crazy situation, but God bless it.
Yeah. Now no more fishnets for you.
Nah, never.
Yeah, no, I feel you. That's
no, but I do understand what you say in terms of, it may not be, if you meet her at one place and you like, oh, I met you here and you want me to take you here or whatever. I understand that. But at the end of the day, it's really going to be about just the interaction, the conversation. I don't know if she has class, by talking to her. I don't know where her mind is by talking to her. It'll come off real quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're on mute. You're mute.
Oh, because it was like motorcycles driving by. I'm sorry. I live in the hood. It gets sunny, it just gets real loud outside.
Yeah.
So I was saying, like, that's the reason I would never care. Like, I feel like Will was trying to create a rubric for this is what you should plan for a first date if you really want to impress a lady. And I was just trying to say, as Chef was saying, if you know the type of lady that you're seeking, it will be the type of woman that wherever she is, where she is where she goes. And I think that wherever I go, I mean, me and Rob actually had an adventure where we went to a very nice, very high-end restaurant.
Yep.
Like, I forgot to shout out to my homie last time. My homie Carlos sent a, La Familia.
Give a shout out to him.
Yeah, he definitely.
He sent out, I'm telling you, he sent out an abundance of plates. That's all I know.
He looked out. This is. I used to work for this guy, and we're still very good friends to this day. And so we went there, but then me and Rob was both looking at lifts because neither of us drove there. We downtown, nobody wanted to park. He out of town, he from out of town. I was like, yo, Rob, let's just hop on the L.
Train.
And I was like,
you know how long it's been I've been on that L train?
I had on 5-inch heels, Rob. 5-inch heels. Got right on that sub with it, on that L with him.
Yo, and I was telling her, especially during this pandemic, it felt like everybody was just going to sleep there. Like they were just getting on the train just for heat. And
they was high, Rob. They was high.
Well, that too. But I'm saying back when we was growing up, you didn't really have a lot of people sleeping on the L in the Broad Street train. It was like, for the most part, if you were homeless or you were strung out or something like that, they wouldn't even go there. Now it's just like everybody's taking place on that train.
Rob was like, we both looked at the price of the lifts, like, yo, we both only going right there.
I'm only going right there. I was like,
yo,
on this train, boom. But it definitely took me back from the days of fighting on the L and the Broad Street train.
So we went from like a very expensive, very well-known restaurant where, like I said, they took very good care of us. We went from tuna tartare and all types of, yes, very special things. And then we hopped on the L. So I think that would be, not that was a date, Rob, just so you know, but you know, you want to go on. You want to go on dates. No, you want to go on dates with people that's flexible. That's really what it is. Like you want to be able to do anything with you.
Right.
Hey, you can. They said, "Whoa!" Look at Will said, "Whoa."
Wait, he said, "Whoa, Will."
That was just over my head when she said, you know, they're flexible, they're willing to do anything. Like, okay.
No, like
no. So,
pause, Will.
So listen, Chef and Maven, what would be? And I'm taking this from Miss Maven here, but I'm going to kind of change it up a little bit. She asked us before, what would be your most? I'm messing it up. The flavor that you would want. Flavors that. What's your best flavors all together? If you can make one dish all together and combine all your favorite flavors, what would it be?
I asked it.
Yeah, see, you don't even remember.
It was a grilled cheese sandwich. I thought. Oh,
yeah, yours. But what I'm asking Chef Clark.
Oh, okay.
Something with combining all your favorite flavors, savory, sweet, however you want to play it.
That's a good question. I would definitely say maybe like a curry, like a seafood type of thing. That way we can have curry, we can have a little bit of Old-Bay season, a little butter, a little garlic. Yeah, definitely a curry. I like one pot things and things that take
me too.
Develop, you know.
I like to eat my food with a spoon in a bowl, whatever it is.
You know, I had that debate with people a lot because they always, when they eat, I think when you eat rice, you're supposed to eat rice with a spoon and not with a fork.
And everything that's covering the rice, even if it got bones in it, you just use the spoon as a tool. You don't need all these forks and knives. Clean hands and a spoon is all I need. In a bowl, I don't need my stuff to not touch. It should all go together or I shouldn't be eating it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How do you feel about when people want their plates a certain way? Like they want this separated or they want everything just jumbled up on the plate?
It sounds like you.
I don't like people go with.
What sounds like me? All right, what do I want? Do I want myself separated or do I want myself all on the plate?
I think you want to separate it and you'll combine it yourself. I don't think you want someone else combining it for you in many cases.
He's like, she's right.
She's right.
He's right.
I think you want it separate. I think you want it separate.
It ain't nothing wrong with having your food separate. It ain't nothing wrong.
I ain't saying there's nothing wrong with it, but
like it's all going down the same way. That's the way
I feel. Like, you know, when a chef plates your food, he ain't gonna plate one thing.
No. Oh no, I don't do that. That's one thing that is probably a deal breaker with me, especially on a date. If you deconstruct a chef's meal, I'm hot. I'm sorry.
What you mean deconstruct the chef's meal?
Like that chef has come up with how they want that to come out, what the seasonings they want in it, and then someone says, "Well, I can't have that, and I don't want it like that. I have it like this." I'm like, just don't order it.
Yeah, just don't go or cook for yourself.
That is the most embarrassing thing. It's like, yo, now the chef got to I mean, yes, I know he's there in the service to cook you, but they also spend hours in putting those dishes together.
Correct.
It comes out that way. That's the reason why people go to those restaurants, because of how it looks and tastes.
But what if, and Chef, you can answer this too, but what if there's something that, like, you want the meal, right? You want what's in front of you, but there's just one particular thing that you just don't want in it.
Like what?
Like, okay, like I can't eat guacamole, right? So what if I want something and it comes with guacamole, right? And I say, yo, can you take the guacamole off? Is that an issue?
I mean, I think that's a little bit different than picking apart everything. Like if people be like, oh,
yeah,
I don't want onions, I don't want red peppers. And it's like, all right, you know,
or if it's a key component to the dish. If it's like, you know, if somebody wants crabs or whatever, like we were talking about earlier, or lobster, and most likely that chef is maybe going to use some Old-Bay seasoning or whatever,
right?
And other things that kind of bring those flavors out. Now, if you say, "Well, I want it, but I don't want the Old-Bay and I don't want that," all right,
yeah, that's annoying. That's extremely annoying to me.
Then you just want, then you just say you want crabs. You can go to somewhere else to get that.
You could go to the Clock Bar and get crabs.
You're not getting what the restaurant has already put out for you. So
Could go to the Clock Bar and get it, but I want to go to Steak 48 and get it. I don't want to go to no Clock Bar.
Nah, I get it, but I feel
there's
like
something that you eat that you need that you want it the way you want it.
I mean, I guess I'm one of them people then, because I'll be like, I like the crabs, but I don't like a whole bunch of Old Bay.
Yeah, but
I'm with you. I don't like Old Bay.
Yeah, I'm not big on Old Bay.
I love Old Bay. Now I don't want it saturated in my seafood, but I do like a little.
I will say that if it comes in a dish and I believe that it's in a reasonable portion where it's not overdoing it, I'm not going to try to really like I've had crab fries at Chickies and Pete's. I'm pretty sure that's Old Bay that's on them.
Yes,
I dig those.
Those are smacking though.
Yeah, but the texture is banging, and also the cheese is like the queso is good and it balances it out. But like just on some regular people that just they want to make a lobster mac and cheese and just dump Old Bay in it. Like stop putting Old Bay in all my stuff just because it's seafood in it.
Like those people are not using good ratio either.
All you need is lemon and salt and pepper with seafood. You ain't gotta do all that.
With you, yeah, I feel the same way.
All right, so I got a question. Stop, Chris, because I already know Chris is judging me when I ask these questions.
I'm not judging you.
I can see her face. All right. How is your cream of wheat supposed to be?
Just like it sounds, creamy. It's not supposed to be stiff. It's supposed to be creamy.
Yeah, I agree with Chef.
What do you want in it?
I definitely want butter, sugar, and either cream or milk.
Oh, I don't know about the cream and milk, Chef, but we can everything else. I don't do cream and milk.
What are you doing?
Everything else, Chef, we here with it. Everything else, we here with it. But that cream and milk,
Are you lactose intolerant?
Huh?
Are you lactose intolerant?
No.
You just don't like milk?
I just don't like milk.
You just don't like things to be smooth and creamy, Will?
No, I don't, Maven. I don't.
I'm about to say, what about the evaporated? My grandma used to put that evaporated milk in there.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I don't mess with milk at all. I won't
drink a glass of milk. I'm not a glass of milk person, but I do believe milk. Like, what about milk and grits or heavy cream?
Yeah, you got to use heavy cream and grits. You got to use heavy cream.
All right,
there's no way to make them.
I like grits 3 different ways.
Okay.
Stop. Say, look at the. You can do it with the cheese, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's people that just load up with the sugar in that joint and butter. Boom.
I'm one of those.
Huh?
I'm one of those.
You would hold on, but then some people say, "Yo, just make cream of wheat." Then
who are these people? Where are these people?
If you go the sugar and butter route in your grits, some people just say, just go all the way cream of wheat.
Right. Like Chef said, grits and cream of wheat are 2 totally different things.
They're totally different things. They don't have the same
texture. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
No. And you don't even eat them for the same reasons.
Then there's some people that just do pepper.
Wait, so what do you eat them for? Like, what reasons do you eat them for?
Just not the same reasons. Like cream of wheat is something that I think I would consider it specifically almost always used as a cereal. So for me, it's typically a breakfast thing. I think grits is the same as, it's an American version of polenta. So like polenta is an Italian version of grits. I think that the consistency of it can stand up to a lot of different types of meals and gravies, and it can be stiffened. But cream of wheat should only be one texture and kind of only eaten one way. I wouldn't put anything else in it except fruit if I was going to put anything in it. So to me, it's a cereal.
Yeah, because grits can be sweet, it can be savory. You can make great cakes. You can do
exactly. It can be fried. Yeah.
Learn something new every day.
Learn something new.
So you only eat grits with sugar? You don't do the savory route at all?
Oh,
that's you, Will.
Me?
Yeah.
Will.
Yeah, me.
Will.
I only eat it like that, Chef. Like I'm weird.
Grits?
I do eat shrimp and grits, but it's all, huh?
You don't put sugar in it. Please say no.
No, I don't put sugar in my grits. No, I don't put sugar in my grits.
I'm definitely not putting sugar in my grits if I have it with shrimp.
Yeah, nah.
I'm gonna let all that flavor from that shrimp.
But see, I know people that used to put sugar in their SpaghettiOs as a kid.
I hate that.
Oh my God.
SpaghettiOs? Not just spaghetti?
No, spaghetti.
Spaghetti, whatever.
Yo, my stepmom.
But spaghetti I can understand.
I can't. I don't like sweet tomato sauce.
Okay, so the answer to it is that it's not actually about sweetening it. It's actually just kind of a shortcut to what is the traditional way that tomato sauce is supposed to be made. Is that it's supposed to be made with the sofrito, which for Italians would be, it would be garlic, onion, but it would also have it's like a mirepoix, but because it has carrots in it, right? So it's the carrots that do the sweetening of the sauce. We just might have grown up with like sauce out of a jar. You feel the acidity. Your mom might have knew that trick. If you add a little sugar, it balance out the tomato. It's not really to sweeten it. But when it comes to SpaghettiOs, they're already so sweet. Where did you find these people? What the instabilities is going on?
Oh man, you in the hood, sometimes you gotta make it work.
Man.
I mean, I can understand that little bit of sugar to cut the acidity.
Just a little bit.
But people don't do that when it comes to
no,
sugar.
they go hard.
Sugar, it's like
they definitely go hard. They go hard.
Yo,
like I know people that don't
used
like
to do that. Yo.
Like I love oatmeal. I know people that don't like oatmeal.
I have a friend who eats raw oatmeal. It's raw because literally this is what she does. She takes the pack of oatmeal and she just pours lukewarm water in it, and that's it.
That's how I would eat it.
That's disgusting.
Really?
I don't like it to be too.
I'm learning things today.
I put hot water over it, but I don't want it to be. I don't really like to overwork the starches in it because I don't like it to get a slimy feeling. I like it to still just be like kind of wet oats. So I know that's something no one else knows about me. So y'all. Not even my mother knows that I do.
Like a granola bar and just drink water at the same time.
True that. But the other thing I want to know about y'all, let's talk about hood made spaghetti. Okay, chef, weigh in on this. You know how back in the day when someone would make a pot of spaghetti, they mix the sauce with the spaghetti and cut it all up and put it in the pot and you just like scoop it out of it as opposed to like dressing your pasta at like, a la minute. Does anybody remember having like a pot of spaghetti that was already sauced?
Yeah,
so when you take
my grandmother definitely put it all in one pan.
All in one pot. That's how it was.
And they used to
break the noodles before they put them in so they were short.
I hate that. I grew up seeing that because I'm always like, don't break the noodles.
Don't break my noodles.
And then let it just,
yeah.
I hate
let
that.
Let's let it get soft. Pause. But I felt like it would dry out the spaghetti when it's all in the pan at one time versus just having
it's all soggy now.
I've never heard of it.
Never heard of
it.
Will is appalled and disgusted. Look at his face.
It's always how I've always done it and seen it done is you boil the noodles first, and then I usually just pour the sauce onto the noodles because they already hot. And just
what do you mean? Pour it from where?
In the jar. Scoop it out.
Nah,
you get right through it.
No, man.
We scooping and dipping.
I'm gonna let which lady want to take that? Which lady want to take that? Go ahead.
Oh, chef, that's definitely for chef.
You're not doing nothing to the sauce. You're not adding nothing to it. No pepper, no onion, no.
Chef. All I'm doing is hitting it with that cheese, that blah 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 blah, and we right in, chef. Chef, come on.
No.
That cheese. No. Shake it up, shake it up, shake it.
My thing was for years, and this is definitely a black thing. It could be someone, but I know it's definitely a black thing. Where spaghetti is like that go-to meal that you eat for days. That everybody like, man, I don't want no spaghetti.
I love spaghetti.
I learned how to make spaghetti, and you can make it like an event. You ain't scooping nothing out of just the jar. No.
Chef. So you telling me I'm doing it all wrong, Chef?
You're doing it all
Yes,
wrong.
she is.
And it probably add maybe 5 minutes to your meal.
Okay, so how are you making your sauce, Chef? If you had 20 minutes to make a sauce, no, you have 3 hours to make a sauce. How are you making it?
I don't need that much time, but I would definitely cut up some peppers. I'm gonna cut up all the different colors of peppers. So red, yellow, green, orange, sauteing that up with some with yellow onion and garlic. I'll probably add a little bit of green onion in there too, just for flavor. I'm definitely gonna add a little basil to that. And then I'm gonna add the diced tomatoes out the can. And then I will let that all cook down, and then I'm blending that all together with a little bit.
Chef, that sounds great.
Right. But I'm telling you, it don't take that long.
Chef, I'm trying to tell you. If I'm adding, you get a little bit of salt, then get a little bit of pepper.
No.
Whip it up. I mean, right at it. Get that.
If you did that way, you'll be like, oh, this didn't take that long. I'm telling you what takes that. And then my meatball.
Chef, you got to send me instructions, Chef. Send me those instructions.
So and then my meatball, I mean, what meat are you choosing when you create a meatball? Y'all tell me. You just using
I'm rolling with turkey.
Turkey. What else?
I'm just waiting.
What?
I want to know what
I already gave my answer.
I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get the genetically modified.
Genetically modified. Here go ride with the Beyond Meat.
The Beyond, he gonna get the what you call it? He gonna get the tofu joint, the tofu balls,
the tofurkey. You know what I mean?
Tofurkey.
No, yeah. I mean, what you gonna do? Some Shady Farms?
I'm going Shady Farms if I got. I'm taking it out the casing. I'm adding it to the ground meat. Of course, Shady Farms. And I might get spicy and sweet. And see, if I ate pork, I would say I think you should do like the trilogy of them, which is veal, pork, and beef.
Yeah.
But I don't eat pork, so that's how I would make it for somebody else. Veal, pork, beef.
I agree. If you're gonna go that route with people who are pork eaters, you should definitely use veal, pork, beef. But if they don't eat pork, then you can definitely do like, a nice veal.
Yeah, so usually if I don't, I'll substitute the pork for ground turkey and then throw in turkey sausage that I took out of the casing to give it a little turkey sage, just to give it some.
Okay. I got something for y'all.
Okay.
What?
All that. What's the best bacon on the market? And I ain't talking about getting some finely sliced something from the market. I'm talking about in a pack. What is the best bacon to smack down on the grill?
Why do we have to get it from the market? Why can't we get it from a farm?
No. See, that's what I'm saying. See, no, stop. See, she wants to go. Let me see the pig.
No, why can't we get it from a farm?
You slice it down like this from we in
Pennsylvania, there's pigs everywhere.
Yes. What bacon? You in the supermarket? What bacon? Stop playing this game. You just asked about the hood way we would make spaghetti. So what bacon are you eating? Let's go.
Now are you saying the brand, or are you saying like pork, beef, turkey?
The brand, and also pork bacon, or turkey, which one you eat. Because I have each one, I know
He has a brand for every type.
Yeah, exactly. For each one.
Exactly.
I personally,
I don't even eat pork no more, but I'm just saying, if I did,
pork bacon is the best bacon. I think other bacons is lunch meat. I think beef bacon is salty as hell. Like a beef bacon sandwich is like, whoa. Definitely.
Your ankle's gonna be swollen. Don't get it messed up. You better drink extra water.
So I would definitely go thick cut pork bacon, but probably Wrights. If you have Wrights.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what you got, bro?
I'm gonna go. Give me the fat slice with the extra fat on it. No, I'm joking. Don't front like y'all ain't never nibble on the fat bacon though.
His heart gonna come out like this.
Now I'm gonna do the hardwood smoke. Pork bacon is I don't even eat pork, but pork bacon is the best type of bacon.
It is. It's the best bacon.
It is the best.
Turkey bacon is lunch meat. It's straight lunch meat.
I hate turkey bacon.
I heard Nicki Minaj have an argument over what crisped up the best, what bacon crisped up the best, whether it was
pork definitely crisped up the best.
Exactly. All right, so if you was doing a turkey, which turkey bacon? Because I'll tell you right now, Jenny O can burn.
It's thin.
It's too thin, exactly. So give me a butterball, that'll crisp up.
I agree. I agree with that.
Kristen, come on, you're not above it. What's going on?
What if I was going to get turkey bacon?
Yes.
You already know that I would get Jenny O because I'm trying not to be like a chubster.
But Jenny O is too thin. Like you gotta
watch too thin.
it.
That's paper. That's paper on the grill.
Sandpaper.
Yeah, I know.
You know,
listen, I didn't choose this body type. This body type chose me. Y'all gotta let me. Y'all gotta let me keep my figure the ways that I can, and I got some secrets. So don't tell them all, my man. No, but I would probably pick God shows if I was gonna like make some, and I would put it on the grill. The pepper one.
Yes, that's a good one.
Gachos, what's it called? Gachos?
Yeah. Gachos.
Gachos. So y'all, all right, so you have your pork bacon, you said, right? You have your turkey bacon, you got gachos, and not Jenny O. Butterball. What's the worst? What's the worst bacon on the market?
Jenny O. It's too thin.
All right, outside of Jenny O. I'm sorry, for pork, because Jenny O don't make pork bacon, do they?
No.
Outside of that.
Oscar Mayer.
Oscar Mayer.
Yeah, it definitely does run a little more fatty than the rest of them.
It's just dumb. It's like whatever fat it looks like it has, I see it cooked down to these like nutty little nut ball strips, and I just feel like
there's no meat on
nut ball strips.
What like they're just corny. They don't even smell real good. Like, you know how when you smell bacon, I don't eat bacon, right? I haven't eaten pork in years, right? But if I'm at somebody's house and I wake up and I smell coffee, I don't drink coffee either. I smell coffee and bacon, I'm just gonna wake up feeling warm and fuzzy. But if it's Oscar Mayer, I'm not so warm and fuzzy. It's like it doesn't do what it's supposed to do.
No, I get you.
Hey, well, I didn't know that bacon had this allure where.
Of course, definitely.
What? You never woke up to the
warm and fuzzy
like
from
bacon?
More so. You smell good when you're waking up, though.
Yeah, that combined
with bacon smells good when you're waking up. You feel like you home, like everything.
That's what I said. You feel warm and fuzzy. You could wake up somewhere else, and when you open before you open your eyes, you'd be like.
Yeah. What if it was a waffle?
You can't really
with bacon
butter.
You said waffle with bacon?
Yeah. With bacon, yeah.
All right, so did anybody's household have Spam or Scrapple growing up?
Scrapple was my shit.
Definitely.
Scrapple
I have a feeling it still is.
Yo, you gotta fry. See, this is when I used to eat pork, but you had to fry that Scrapple hard, dog.
You gotta do what my dad used to do and dust it in flour first, then fry it.
I ain't never heard no
what
shit
do you mean?
Like that.
Whoa. Dust it in flour like this is cake. I ain't never seen my grandmother dust nothing in flour. She would slice it down and put it on the pan.
Okay, well, all I'm saying is how my dad did it and how I would do it is you dust it in flour because it's kind of wet in the middle. It's a mush. You dust it in flour on all sides and like dredge it, right? And then you toss it in a pan. So when you flip it, it's super crispy on the outside because the flour, obviously the same way you would deep fry something. My dad
makes perfect sense though. It really does.
Perfect. Every time.
I got a question. How many of y'all ate Vienna sausages growing up?
Oh no.
Me.
Hell yeah.
When you was home from school, your mom was at work. You had to find a snack.
Rob, if you had a scrap,
I'm gonna tell you what you can kill me. Yo, first of all, you can kill. No, first of all, my thing was it had to be lemon cookies. That's one.
Oh my god.
What a snack. Lemon cookies, bro. I would kill by the sleeve.
Oh my god.
Not no Vienna sausages to me was just like I can go get a hot dog, man. I ain't want that, man.
No, they don't taste like hot dogs though.
They don't taste like hot dogs.
And when you're little, it seems small, like it's for you.
They were small in those little cans. Nah, I'm good. And even
don't get me wrong, I won't eat it now. Vienna sausages.
I came out of school, I would always toss it to somebody else, man.
Rob, you bugging for one.
I'm bugging. Hold on. Because we gonna really talk about this public school lunch tip. All right, family. We getting to our time, but I do have a question for all of us, and let's just send some of our viewers back to a time. I don't think any of these kids really know this in this age, but what was your take home corner store buy? You coming home from school and you go to the corner store, you know there's no snacks in the house, or it may be snacks in the house, you just want what you want. You only got $1.25, maybe $2 the most in your pocket. What are you copping from the store? And I can't say bodega because we didn't really have bodegas, or that's not what we call them in Philly, but you know, anywhere
Mom and pops, yeah.
It's called bodega. So what do you got? Because we go to the Chinese store and get our joints as well, just to let your people be known. Yeah. For real, you know, the bodega is the Chinese store in Philly. So we can start with Clark. What you got?
Okay, so in Jersey, we call it the Poppy store. So if I got $2 at the Poppy store, I'm going pineapple CNC.
How much is that? 50?
50 cents back in the day. 50
okay.
Cents.
50 cents.
Then I'm gonna go some Bonton chips, probably 2 of those. I'm gonna get. I was a big candy person, so I probably get $1 worth of candy because you know back in the day you had penny candy, you had 5-cent candy.
Yeah.
The other one was so I'm getting peanut chews, Swedish fish. I'm getting Fruit Nuts, the little cheeseburger things, and a watermelon lollipop. You know the little watermelon lollipops?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
$2. Okay.
That's
next.
Who's going next? Go ahead, Black Maven.
Okay. So I'm
it's definitely
I'm definitely a chewy candy person. So like when I was a kid, I had a corner store called Scent and Booze, right? Right around West Philly. Okay. And they definitely have penny candy and 5-cent candy. So I would be getting probably either cheese curls or hot cheese popcorn. Both of them is a quarter. Huh?
I can see that all day. I can see the hot cheese popcorn. Definitely.
What? Hot cheese popcorn. It's gonna be something like hot cheese popcorn. So that's like 25 cents. I'll probably get a hug. That's a quarter. And then I'll probably get another type of chips. Most likely it was going to be sour cream and onion when I was a kid, or maybe salt and vinegar. So now I'm up to like 125, and then the rest is all candy. All of it is candy, and I gotta get the lipstick candies.
Yes,
you gotta get the lipstick candy.
Blue or red?
Red. But blue wasn't out at first, so I added blue to my repertoire, and definitely the watermelon and the pineapple pop, because they used to be only 10 cents, right? Mm-hmm. I might get a pack of Annihilators, and the rest is going to be chews, because the chews was still a penny.
What about Mary Jane? Nobody's a Mary Jane?
So see, the thing about the Mary Janes was, I never used my money to get them because my sister ate Mary Janes and squirrel nuts, and she always used to have the biggest bags of them. So I had to go into my stash, because I just go
That means you was a smart shopper. That means you was happy.
Y'all crazy.
Let me see. So I'm gonna get the sour cream and onion chips. I'm gonna get the 50-cent hug because we big stepping the red kind.
Okay.
Get that, John. I'm definitely gonna get some Jolly Joe Mike and Nights because the purple kind was the best.
Oh, the purple one's definitely not.
Oh man, I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get a bag of chips for my homie because I can't be eating and he ain't got none. Gotta look
Not
out
your homie.
Come on, man. That's my walk to school buddy. He got to get some too.
That's true.
We did. We definitely always did. Yeah, guys had.
Let me get the 50-cent. No. Let me get the 2 for $1 honey buns with the clear frosting, not the white.
What?
Come on.
First of all, his math is wrong because I feel like he already.
You had like $3 already.
That's why he wanted a $5 budget. He got a lot.
Yes.
He got shares.
He's gonna run it up.
He's running a tab at the store. He like, I'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll be back.
My man.
Yo, let me work this off this weekend.
They had my graduation picture in the corner store, so my name is good in there. Let me run it up.
They definitely had everybody prom picture up in the window.
I think that'd be it. Oh, and some sunflower seeds. Ranch.
And some ranch. Early.
All right. That's crazy.
What about you, Rob?
I'm gonna take the $2 budget. Take the $2. I'm definitely gonna have 3 hugs though. The small ones. Three of them jaws.
You need a hug flight. He needs a flight.
I need a hug flight. Yeah. I'm definitely getting the cherry boy. You know what I mean? Then I'm getting a tasty cake. Boom. There you go. Crimp it. Not playing no games. There you go. It was either that or the butterscotch. It doesn't matter which one.
Yeah.
And I gotta get my annihilators.
Yes.
Need the annihilators.
But I'm getting hold on, I'm getting that in footies and I'm throwing the bag right there on you. So that way, you know, everybody can in there and get the footies. And I'm done. That's it. I got my drink. I'm good.
Are you talking about the fruities, sir?
No, we call them footies though. You already know that.
Okay, so the other thing about that is what flavor now later are you
Hawaiian punch.
Yes. No, tropical punch. Wait, tropical punch?
It's Hawaiian punch.
Hawaiian punch. Oh, it was Hawaiian punch. You right.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's all I'm getting. Straight up. Give me all of those, buddy. Yeah.
No pineapple and you put it together and make it one pineapple and one tropical punch and then eat it together. You never did that?
Whoa.
Before they made the split?
You gotta remember back in the day, the now laters was like would rip your teeth out your mouth. So
it was real now later.
You're not about to set me up on that one because I was about to say something real left.
We're about to go somewhere else.
If you was eating squirrel nut and Mary Jane's, you can't be worried about no annihilators because Mary Jane's was that work. What is you talking about? For your teeth?
Yes, definitely. You're right.
So listen, so y'all funny. So
ain't nobody getting no sugar daddies. That's fucked up.
I like sugar daddies too.
Sugar daddies. But I always felt like
they was too much for me, man.
Yeah, the sugar baby better. You like the sugar baby?
Like stick to your teeth.
Yeah. No, I'll tell you what's the Jolly, not Jolly Ranch is the other one that was like it looked like a tongue. Pause. You know what I'm talking about?
You talking about the
Airheads?
Sour straws?
Airheads?
What are they called?
Airheads?
No, not Airheads. In a long, like chrome pack.
No, Rob, I don't know, bro. I think you just need to stop where you was at.
That's what I'm talking about. They had them different. They had them in different flavors. They had them in banana. They had them in
Laffy Taffy.
Laffy Taffies, yes, but not the
Oh, you talking about the ones that came like? Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
With the jokes inside the bars. Yeah, they had little ones and they had big ones.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, thank you for doing that. Yeah. Yes.
Pause.
Yeah. We do it all night. All right, so listen, we truly enjoy hanging out with you guys tonight. Right now, this part, is our caviar moment time. And
wait, I don't have a drink. Hold on.
yeah, get your drink ready. So we just go around just to say what we want to aspire to do for the week, for the month if you want. But so that way we can hold each other accountable and also give you some love going off into those things. So, Chef Clark, you are our guest tonight. Of course, you can start.
You said what I want to do for my week?
It could be week, month, what you next thing you're inspiring to do, things you're spearheading. This is your moment in time to let us know and to let our subscribers and viewers know as well.
I'm definitely trying to get my own podcast as well. Definitely trying to launch the YouTube page and redo. I'm in the process of redoing my website. And just like I was talking about the corner store thing, when you create them bad habits when you're young, they're hard to break when you get older. So I'm definitely trying to just keep my health intact and stick to, the diet and things like that. So, but yeah,
right.
That's what
I love it. Black Maven.
I move in silence and no, I'm kidding. I actually, for me, I think I want to be a little bit more committed to this project that we're working on, because this has been a very fun month. I just wanted to let you guys know, as much as we might not have really put together a lot of content from what I've been doing recently, it has really inspired me to go out and eat more. I mean, I've been cooking in the house for like a year, which I love, but I haven't been eating out. So Rob, since the first time we went out recently for your birthday till now, I've been having a blast, just like getting back into where I used to be all the time. And I'm super excited about this pop-up garden in Manayunk. Y'all should definitely come through.
Definitely.
It's beautiful. It's completely sustainable. It's a community project, and all the food's going to be amazing. So I'm happy to work back with like hospitality people that know what they're doing and welcome people back into the world. So I'm excited.
I love Manayunk. What's what's my man named Dave Grootman down in Miami? He got the new hotel with Pharrell, the Good Time Hotel.
Yes.
I heard that the vibes was nice and that the service was, I mean, I know it's only about a couple months old, but it can't suck yet. But I want to get there before
it sucks?
Yeah. Before they get mundane. But either way.
Wow.
Will, what you got, bro? What's you
for me, just want to finish a couple projects I got going on. Still want to do some more renovations to my house. Look to buy another property pretty soon, hopefully. And that's pretty much it, man.
There you go.
I would really love to put out there to the universe that I am looking so forward to receiving my shirt. That's another thing.
Everybody, you see how Black Maven starts everything. She starts. So
I got a shirt. I got a shirt too, just to throw a little. I got a shirt.
You have a shirt?
But I bought the shirt. I bought it.
Don't do that.
I don't have a problem buying a shirt, except that they want me to have an iPhone that they won't purchase. So I feel like this.
All right. So the iPhone thing, she says, is these good videos of food, and I'm like, it's distorted because of the Android connected over to the iPhone. So
but why is it one side's falling out the other? Maybe y'all need to catch up.
Wait,
we need to catch up.
No, and I'm like, hold on, and I ain't gonna leave you out there like that because I was definitely an Android guy. I had an Android for years, but then I started seeing the picture, the quality is better with iPhone.
That's a fail.
Yeah, I don't.
Moving on.
When it transfers to another phone.
If y'all gonna disrespect my phone that y'all don't pay the bill for, so y'all should at least give me a shirt. Y'all want me as a sign-on bonus.
Oh man.
For now, I'm just rocking Philly. Just so y'all know, I'm just rocking Philly. That's it.
Oh, we going all the way, yo. Just let you know. I say this, we're at least gonna see Brooklyn in in the Eastern Conference Finals. So again, I'm always delighted. I'll say for this week, of course, having you ladies on and vibing out with you and hearing your food analogies and different flavors that we should try and how we should, go about dating and all these things. It is inspiring me. No, for real, it is inspiring me for also just for not only us to take the brand to another level, but also to reach out to more people, to have discussions about around certain things. Because one thing is I'm a social person. If I don't talk to somebody, trust and believe, I most likely I don't like you. So it's being real. And I have to come to that determinant to seeing different things. Clark knows, she's seen me in a couple moments where she's like, you okay?
Right.
Because like that's not how you usually are. All right. So, I just don't believe in being phony with anybody. But one thing I should say I'm trying to work on is, just opening myself to different things and different people in different spaces. That's where I'm coming from. And again, this is the Caviar Conversations. Everybody got their caviar moment in their hand. Since we're not toasting with caviar, thank you. I see. Oh, you went and got your tumbler. She got a tumbler. What you got, bro? You got your tumbler? And I don't. And I have a...
Well, it's only right that you have this because of our giveaway, right?
You know what? It's a lot of underlying stuff that comes out. Yeah, that's how she's
good with that.
A lot of dance going on over there.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Caviar moment.
Cheers. Yeah, definitely.
Cheers. Will, you want to say anything to the subscribers before we roll?
I want to say to the ladies, thank you for coming on. This is a pleasure.
Thanks for having me.
Jeff, you are amazing. Black Maven, you're always amazing. I just look forward to the next show and to always have an amazing guest on.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chef. Good to meet you.
Oh, same here. Thanks for having me. I had a blast. Y'all hilarious.
I had a great time with at Culinary Guide, which we will of course give her the stamp on Instagram and YouTube at Black Maven 215 as well. Get to know them, follow their pages, follow their movement. As you know, last time we did what was your porn name? Everybody put in on that, which I love the energy that was coming through on that. I heard some crazy names. Benji Madison, Fluffy East. I heard a whole bunch of different ones. Yeah, of course, if nobody knows, it's your dog and the street you grew up on. If you had a dog and the street you grew up on, that's your name.
Or your cat. Or your cat.
Cart, you got one before we go?
Yeah, I got one.
What is it?
My dog's name is Mark. So Mark Velsberg Terrace is my porn name.
Okay. Mark Velsberg Terrace. Okay.
That gotta be all one word too. It was like, yo, who's in that movie? Mark Velsberg.
Mark Velsberg Terrace.
Mark Velsberg Terrace.
That means I'm coming with it.
Absolutely.
Again, hit the likes, the subscribe button, comment, give us feedback, good criticism. Bad criticism only has to be good criticism. It has to be criticism that we can turnkey. Please don't just come and just bark. Come, give us some good feedback, show us love, post us, repost us. Again, this is the time that we want to do it. Don't say nothing later on. Do it now. We love you. Again, Caviar and Cream, Caviar Conversations. Have a blessed week.
Y'all for breakfast champagne, 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 bubble bath.